Hey, what's up guys, it's Ivan, and in this video I want to show you how to use the Unbounce Smart Builder AI to create an amazing landing page very quickly, and that is optimized for conversions. I myself have been using Unbounce for about the past 5 years or so. I think it's absolutely amazing for creating landing pages, and so in this video I want to show you guys how to use the Smart Builder to create your own pages as you guys watch behind my shoulder. Make sure you guys stay through to the end of the video because every single part I'm going to show is important and essential in correctly building out your page, and you don't want to miss any of that. That being said, let's get straight into it. So the first thing you guys want to do is head over to go.ivanmana.com/unbounce. And this is my affiliate link. However, if you don't have an Unbounce account yet, you do get up to 20% off for your first 3 months or 35% off for your full year, and then a 14-day free trial. So this is perfect to allow you to get in there and test it and see what you think about it, all right? Once you log in and create your account, you'll see a page that looks something like this, minus all of these different landing pages that we've created in the past. And what you guys are gonna wanna do is just click on Create New over here, and we're gonna start with a Smart Builder. If you guys want to use the classic builder, the original drag and drop builder, I do have videos that show you how to do that. I will link them in the description. For the purpose of this video, we're gonna go with this super speedy landing page builder called the Smart Builder. So we're gonna click on that. And here Unbounce is asking us to build our perfect page, to use the recommended layouts tailored to you. So what is it that you want to do? Do you want to get callbacks and sales? Do you want to offer consultations? Do you offer an ebook or guide, which is what I do on my website? So for the purpose of this video, we can say yes, we want to offer an ebook or a guide, but you can choose whichever option works best for your business. We're gonna do that. You can also choose to include a form or no. And in this case, we do want to collect emails, so we'll say yes, and I'll say see your page. And then here Unbounce is going to give you an idea for what your page will look like. Now here you can change all the different colors, the text colors, the background colors, all that. So you can just click on all of these and see what they look like. You will be able to change these later on, so don't worry if you don't pick out something perfect right now. But for the time being, you can pick something out that looks nice. I like this one. I like the nice little blue background. You can take a look and see what the page looks like. So as you can see, it's a pre-made page for you, tailored to your specific business. All right, so you can click on modify selected theme, and then you can change even more things around, such as the text, the font, the background, the buttons, all that stuff. You can play around with it. You can also play around with it in the actual editor, so don't worry too much. And then you can click on edit your copy. And then what you can do is you can go in and write a company description, and you can write your target audience, your feature, your benefits. And then what Unbounce is gonna do is it's actually going to pre-populate the page with everything you have written out here. So instead of going in and having to basically create your landing page from scratch, you're gonna be able to just fill this in, and Unbounce is gonna automatically put in the relevant information into the relevant and specific fields, all right? Just to save us some time, we're gonna skip it just so I can show you what the page actually looks like, how to edit it, things like that. But you can go ahead and do that, and then your page is gonna be pre-filled with all that data, all right? And so here we are in the actual landing page builder now. So this is a little bit different, all right? It's not like the classical builder where you have to basically add new elements, put them in different positions. This is pretty much the page that you should be good to go with, all right? And so let me quickly go over some of these options here at the top before we go in and edit over here. So the first option here is the recommendations. So you can click here to get recommendations for your page. So in this specific section, if we click over here and we click on recommendations, okay, we had to click that little green flashing circle over there. And then what Unbounce is gonna prompt you to do is to write a headline. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna write our headline, we're gonna write the paragraph underneath the headline, and then we're gonna be able to see recommendations from Unbounce. Over here, for example, if I'm offering a free guide, I'm gonna say, get your free affiliate marketing guide. Now you can't see it fully, but that's okay, because you can just move this little thing out there, and then you can see everything. So we're done with this. Now we're gonna come in here, we're gonna write a paragraph. So we're gonna say, this 55-page affiliate marketing guide shows you, let me see if we can move it out a little bit, how to make money online starting today. We're gonna see if we can move it out again. And then here we have this, right? So now we can click on generate recommendations, and Unbounce is gonna give us some options for headline and for the description for the paragraph. So we're gonna click generate recommendations, and over here, so this is for the headline. Okay, so we have these options. We have make money online now, unlock your earning potential, or start earning with affiliate marketing. So these are suggestions that Unbounce has deemed to be more effective based on their experience and based on their AI. So you can go in here and let's suppose we want to make this one show up. So we'll click on apply, and then it's going to fetch recommendations for the description now. So unlock the secrets of successful affiliate marketing with this comprehensive guide, learn how to make money online with this guide, get started immediately with this step-by-step guide. So let's suppose I like this one, learn how to make money online. So we're going to click on apply, and boom. Now basically they gave us suggestions for good headlines without us having to go in there and do this all ourselves. If you want to go back to the recommendations or you want to change anything up, you can just click the headline or the description and click here to get recommendations. And then you can go in here and you can change this back up to, for example, the original if that's what you like. So we're going to keep it to make money online, and that should be good, and we'll keep that one as is. So that is it for this part, the recommendations. Next we have the apps. So you can integrate all kinds of different apps here with Unbounce Builder. So you can integrate Apple Music, use the Facebook Pixel, play around with it. It's pretty cool. All the different apps they have, all the current apps that people are most familiar with that are very popular: Shopify, TikTok, Facebook Share, Apple Music. You can put music on here, which is pretty cool. So play around with those, find an app that's relevant to you. You have conversions here. So over here, you'll basically be able to see everything that has an option to add a URL. So for example, this button here at the top would be, so this is the form. Even though the button there is at the top, I believe they're referring to this button. So we can come in here, we can change, we can say we want to take people to, let's say, my website, ewanmeta.com. And now over here, it's gonna say, boom, we wanna track conversions basically. So anybody that clicks on this is gonna be considered as a conversion. Anybody that submits the form here will be considered a conversion, which that is exactly what a conversion is. In this case, basically anybody that is a lead, right, that signs up to your list. And basically you can go through the list. You see here all the different options where you have to put your URL. So in this case, for example, these images, I believe it would be this image, maybe this image, maybe some of the smaller images you don't need, but maybe some of the bigger images you might want to put a URL. And then if you want to track it, you're simply just going to click on conversions and just select it. So if we want to track this image, let's say we want to take people to, let's say, HTTPS, what a site would be, like testimonials, for example. And then you can say, okay, I want to track how many people clicked on this testimonials page. You can go in there and click on that. So that's pretty cool as well. So that's these three options here. Next, we have the page settings. So you can go in here, and this is for SEO. So you can change up the title of your page, the description, add the keywords, add the favicon, add the background image, all that cool stuff. And then basically that's what's going to show up on Google. And then you can upload the image here. You can delete the image here. So yeah, that's what this part is. Next, you have the style guide. So you can come in here and basically change whatever you want for the entire page. So you can change the font family for the entire page. This is heading 2, heading 3. And that way, once you select a specific headline, for example, once you add a headline 3, you don't have to manually go in there and change that specific headline. You can just do everything from here. So you can kind of set your own defaults. So it just saves a lot of time that way. Next, you have the content. So this is basically a map of everything that you have over here. So if you want to move anything around, if you want to move a specific section, you can just click on a section and select move section up, move section down. If you want to move any specific element, it's not the same as with the standard builder, where you just have the flexibility to add it everywhere. Over here, you have certain spaces where you can add it. And that's also very good because then everything is kept in place. So everything is even, right? All the margins, all the padding, whereas with the standard builder, you kind of have to calculate all the margins and padding yourself if you want to make it super evened out. So if you want to move this, for example, below it, you're just going to select it and move it. There you go, right? And then we can move it up. So this is how you basically move things around if you want to change anything up. And yeah, you can move any element the same way. So if we want to move this over here, for example, we would do that. So we just changed the order of the logos. And I believe that is it for these options here. So then we have the add, right? So you can just add all these different elements here. So just 5 keeps things very, very simple, very easy, because the page you have here is pretty much good to go already. So let me quickly show you how to actually go in there and edit these things if you want to. So also this is pretty straightforward. You can just select any element you like. You can write whatever you like here by double clicking it. You have the design settings where you can change the font family, the font weight. You have the text alignment, however you want it to be. you can change the element style, where basically this is what I was saying, where before, when you went into the style guide, you were able to adjust the defaults for these specific texts. And this is basically how you would select which one you like, and then it's gonna show up with the defaults that you set. So you can do that. You have the size and spacing. So if you want to add more padding on top, less padding on top, things like that, you would do it here. But generally you don't have to, because the point of these Smart Builder AI pages is to do everything automatically, make it very simple. And then of course you have delete, and then over here you have copy, paste, and duplicate. So if you want to copy this, you can click on copy. You can click any element, and then it's gonna paste it after the element. So if we paste it here, it's gonna paste it right there. So in this case, if you see that there's too much extra space, you can click on the element, click on sizing and spacing, and this one is all at 0. So let's check this element here. If we click here, got size and spacing, this one, as you can see, has 20 pixels below. So if we remove that, make it 0, now there's less spacing, right? Less padding. So we'll put back to 20, keep it as is. That's basically what you would do. You would come in here, you would delete this over here. Then for images, you know, everything's pretty straightforward. Everything is here for you to use. So again, you have the same options here. You have copy, paste, duplicate, you have delete, size and spacing, change element. You also have a few more settings here for images, such as link settings, where you can change and set where you want to take people to if they happen to click the image. You have crop settings, where you can crop the image, which is pretty cool because you don't need to use the actual AI tool anymore. So you can resize it if you wish, you can crop it, you can fine tune it, filter it. So the text is white, that's why you don't really see it. But if we make it smaller here, for example, we can save as a new image. And then as you can see here now, we've cut it. And if for optimal results, obviously you want something that you can see, right? So if you use this option, crop settings, make sure that the text and whatever it is you're cropping, actually you can see it, right? Because in this case, it's kind of hard to see. All right, so I wasn't able to crop it back exactly to the way it was, so I just went in and just duplicated an image as a placeholder, and that basically sets the original. So if anything happens, if you make a mistake, you can just always go ahead and re-upload the image as the original. The other thing here you have are the edit image settings. So this is where you would go to actually replace the image. You can set the alt text, and then here you can set the border radius if you want the image to be more circular on the edges or not, or just square, things like that. All right, so that's pretty much it for the main things, which is the image and the text. Now for the form, okay? So you can set which options you want here for the form. So if you click on the form and then click on form settings over here, you can first of all change your success message, or you can send them to a confirmation page where you will need a URL. So if you already have an existing thank you page URL, perhaps you can create it here with Unbounce. You can just enter the URL here. Now, the other thing here is the design settings. You can also change the padding. You can edit the form fields. So anything you don't see under design settings, you can go in here and you can change over here. So this would be your form field label. So if you don't like the white, or if let's suppose you have a white background, you want to change the text color here, you would just go in there and do that there. For any fields that you don't want, you could also go in and simply delete it. So if you don't want the phone number field, you click here, click delete. If you don't want the company name field, you click here, click delete. And if you want to add more fields, what you can do is just click on any of these and then click on add field. And then you can set whatever you want here. Let's say phone number. So this is the ID name. Okay, nobody will see that. But then the field label, for example, you could say phone number. You can enter placeholder text within the box, such as enter your phone number here, ... And you can hide the label, or you can keep it on. The label is basically the description for that field. So we're gonna click on submit, and then it is over here. And as you can see here, it says enter your phone number here. And then you can move this field up if you like. So it goes from left to right. So by moving it up, you're basically moving it up the ladder from right to left, the left being the top one. You can move it down as well. And now you have the name and the email. And that's basically how you would do that, right? Because this is part of a form field, you can't edit the button individually. You would just enter the whole form setting. So if you want to edit your URL, you would do all that here. And that is pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. As you can see, you just click on whatever element you want and you see all the edit options over here. You also have the preview option where you can click here and see what this is gonna look like. And by the way, this logo here, this is actually red and black, so you can't see it. So what you could do is click on this little background here. You can create a section template if you like, alignment settings, size and settings, but we can click on design here and we can change this to white. And now this is gonna be white, so now you can actually see the logo. And you can go in here, you can play around with it, like I said. Now the one more thing before we save and publish is you can click on here and change what this is gonna look like on tablet and on mobile. So you can see what that's going to look like here. The only things that will change on your mobile and desktop if you go there are the actual sizing and the spacing, right? So the design, like the font, the content, that will change it everywhere. Okay, so if I change this text to learn how to make money with tablet, that's going to change it everywhere. If you change the font, like if you come over here, change the font family, that will affect it everywhere. But things like, for example, the size. So if you come in here and you edit settings, you say, okay, I want the font size to be 10 because it doesn't look good, for example, on mobile. On desktop, this should not be affected. This should still be 20, right? So if we come back in here, let's also change the, I believe it's, no, not text to line, design settings here, the line height. We want to change the line height to a little bit lower, maybe 15. Maybe 20. Now that looks a little better. That should also not affect anything here. Now we can also come in here, and I don't like how it's aligned to the left. We're going to align this to the center. And over here, the alignment doesn't affect the different platforms, like the different devices as well. So you can come in here, right? Take a look, see what this looks like, see if it looks good. This logo is a little too big, so maybe we would do some cropping or maybe change it up a little bit. But other than that, on mobile, it does look pretty good. Now over here as well, the button, let's see if we can make the button align in the center here, and this text as well align in the center. So generally, this should all be very optimized for mobile, for tablet, right? So if you do make changes, you would just have to make small changes like this, just little alignment changes, little, line height changes, things like that. And then when you come back on desktop, everything should be exactly the same. It shouldn't be changed. As you can see over here, the text alignment, oops, let's click here. The alignment settings, they are the same as they were. So they are on the right, it's aligned to the right. And that's pretty much it. So you can go in here, play around with it. I pretty much really covered every single thing there is to show you for this. Once you're done, you're going to click on save. And then once it saves, we should be able to click publish. And then the page should be live. And then you should be able to go in and access the page. So now it's published. So let's go back here. And by the way, we can rename that page. Let's rename it Cooper Sterling YouTube. And then let's go back to our Unbounce pages here. And here's the page, it's called Cooper Sterling, and it should be published. So we can go in here and we can actually open it in a new tab, see what it looks like, and boom, here's the page. Now it does have the Unbounce domain. I do have another video showing you how to set up a custom Unbounce domain. So definitely check that video out so you have something that's a little more personalized, not including all these different random letters and numbers. And that's pretty much it. This is how you use the Unbounce Smart Builder AI to create your own custom landing page. As you can see, it's much faster to do than the classic Unbounce landing page builder. And you should have a good idea now for how to use all the different tools and how to make all the edits, all right? If you guys enjoyed this video, I do invite you to check out my website at ivanmena.com, where I do indeed offer you a free affiliate marketing guide, as well as offer training courses where you can delve into more detail for how to actually advertise your brand new website or landing page and potentially make money online. All right, that is all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.